Good afternoon, Big Mocker. My name is Kristen Santiago. I am a digital cinematography student at Full Sail University, and I have an interesting idea for a movie I'm sure you'll love.
I'm listening.
Alright, the movie is called Sins of the Father. I got my inspiration from Greek mythology, specifically Zeus. He was known to have multiple affairs and father many children outside of his marriage to Hera. I began to wonder, what if Zeus was a normal man? What effect would this have on his marriage and on himself? What would he have to do and what lengths he would go to find peace if he ever decided to change his ways?
Interesting.
So, Sam is a 40-year-old man who married the character Helen right out of high school. Although he tries to be a family man now, he spent a large chunk of his marriage living quite promiscuously, even having a child with another woman outside of his marriage. Another character, Helen, married to Sam, is the more aggressive of the two. Although she still loves Sam, she holds a lot of resentment to him for maintaining such a long-term affair and fathering another woman's child. However, the majority of the conflict comes from Sam internally when he begins to struggle with his morality and eventually his sanity. The story begins with Sam living in a small city in New York. A couple years into his marriage, Sam met Daniela and maintained a relationship with her for about a year, during that time conceiving a child, Penelope. This infidelity still causes strife in his marriage. After a rough patch and a particularly harsh argument, Sam hits his breaking point. During that time, he comes to the conclusion that the only way to save his marriage is to make the proof of his infidelity disappear, meaning his daughter, Penelope. With the help of his unsuspecting brother, Peter, Sam finds out Penelope and Daniela are living in Las Vegas. So, with that information, he lies to Helen, tells her he has an unexpected business conference, and he'll be back in a week. Peter and Helen get suspicious after being unable to contact Sam and head off to Las Vegas as well a couple days later. In the meantime, Sam tracks down Penelope and begins tailing her. As the conclusion draws near, Sam breaks into Penelope's house when she is home alone. He draws a knife to her throat and begins to nonsensically rant about how perfect his life will be with Helen after this. Just then, Peter and Helen burst in. When pleading fails, Helen is forced to shoot Sam with Peter's gun to keep him from killing Penelope. With dying breaths, he tells Helen he hopes they will spend the afterlife together happily. Sobbing softly, Helen agrees. I've been working on this project for a while. Over the course of the month, my movie has grown exponentially. Character development is a big one. It's easier to come up with dialogue and to get an idea of what Sam, along with the rest of the cast, would look like. Location has also really begun to come together. In building a plan for publicity, I was able to decide on specific locations where I would like the story to take place. I already secured the director David Fincher to direct the film. I feel he can take dramatic stories with darker undertones and turn them into creative, dynamic films, so I'm sure he'll be perfect for the project. For the production company, I chose Fox Searchlight, a subsidiary of 20th Century Fox, because I know they can handle films with older characters. They are also not afraid to do movies with characters who are unknowingly losing touch with reality. Although there is nothing science fiction or fantasy about my film, editing is still really important in the creation of my project. That's why I chose Adobe for my post-production gear. Between Photoshop, Premiere, and After Effects, the final project of my film should be beautiful. I would say my target audience is 25 to 45-year-old middle-class married couples. They live in metro areas, work average jobs, and go out socially about twice a month. They benefit from this movie because it's meant to draw them in and entertain them. Transmedia marketing campaign would include movie trailers, actors doing talk show appearances, and even the actor playing Sam could do a vlog on YouTube in character showing his sanity slowly slipping away. The social media marketing campaign could include things like the actor playing Sam sending out tweets like, "My friend Sam is looking for his daughter. If you have any info, send it to him with the hashtag Help Sam Find His Daughter. Fans could locate Penelope and Danielle using Foursquare when they check into places. A subreddit could be created on Reddit to compile all the information fans have gathered. Success could be measured by the amount of views on movie trailers and the vlog on YouTube, how much the hashtag was used and if it was ever trending, and the amount of activity that occurred on the subreddit. Regular Facebook and Twitter posts with the movie tagged in it could also be taken into account. Asus Computers has already become one of our sponsors in exchange for our product placement in the movie. I went with Asus because it's for average people who want a powerful computer but don't need it to be a status symbol. I also have an agreement with the Cosmopolitan Las Vegas Hotel to market my movie within their hotel. The Cosmopolitan is one of the edgier hotels on the Strip, so I know they can handle the association with a thriller drama film. I believe their slogan, just the right amount of wrong, is a good fit with the feel of our movie. Big Mocker, thank you for taking the time out to talk to me.
Not at all.